Here's a concept that should blow your mind. What if your lack of self-confidence has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with your confidence in you? And yet it's true. Think about it. If you're lacking self-confidence, the self-confidence to, say, ask the pretty girl out, is it true that you can't do it? Absolutely you can do it. Watch, I'll do it right now. Would you like to go out to dinner with me? Now you do it. Simply say the words, would you like to go out to dinner with me? See, you don't actually lack confidence in yourself. You lack confidence in the other person, that pretty girl is going to accept you and let you take her out to dinner. Has nothing to do with your abilities, your confidence in yourself. See what I mean? It's totally counterintuitive. What you're having is a lack of other confidence. You lack confidence in the other person, that they're going to accept you, that they're going to be good, kind, generous. That's what you're lacking. Hey, if you're enjoying and benefiting from this content, go ahead and like and subscribe to make sure you get all of our content. Look down through our playlist. We got a ton more great content for you. And go ahead and share this with somebody. It really helps us in the algorithm, and we want to get this content out to as many people as humanly possible to help as many people as humanly possible. I am always stunned as a therapist how many people come to me and they say they have self-confidence issues, and really what they're having issues with is other confidence issues. Confidence that the other person will be good, kind, and accepting, the way they should be, and the way most people are. I mean, it's not high school anymore if you're watching this video, unless, of course, for that small percentage of my audience, it is high school. People are pretty much good, kind, and loving. It's like when I first started doing public speaking, I was so worried that I'd get up there and I would be bad. And you know what? There was a good chance I was going to be bad. Matter of fact, the first presentation I did, I was kind of awful. I kept saying, okay, and you get it, okay. If I took out you get it and okay, I would have wiped out half of my speech. That's how bad it was. Now, the material was good, and they appreciated the content. But the presentation itself, how I presented it, was really bad. And that's okay. I remember a speech coach telling me, hey, don't worry about the audience. They actually want you to be good. You think they're waiting for you to fail. They're not. They came here, they want good information, they want to be entertained, they want to have a good time. They really, really want you to be good, and they're rooting for you. They're not rooting against you, watching and waiting for you to fail and to jump on you and pounce on you. No, they want you to be good, they want to have a valuable experience with you, and they want everybody to do well, have a great time, and then leave for the night feeling better. That's what the audience wants. That's what my audience wanted. So I gave them good information, and they didn't care if I presented it in a poor way. It's kind of like if I give you the combination to a safe and you get to pull out $1,000, you don't care if I ummed and awed and didn't quite say it right as I'm giving you the combination numbers. You're just thrilled that you got that combination and you got that $1,000 in your hand. You walk out the door and you say, damn, that was a pretty good day. That's what happens when you're out there in the world. People want you to do well. And most people, even if they don't want you to do well, they simply don't care. You screw up, you say the wrong thing, things don't go perfect for you. You care very intensely. Nobody else cares. It's kind of like if you're balding. You care if you're balding. Nobody in the entire world cares if you're bald. They don't even think about it. They're like, oh, that's Paul and he has X amount of hair in his head. Okay, maybe I have a great head of hair. Maybe I have no head of hair. They don't care. They only worry about the hair on their head, not the hair on your head. If you're fat, do they really care about that? No. But if they're fat, they care about that. See, people are very selfish, and it's okay. Everybody has to see things from their own perspective and, worry about themselves first and everybody else second. That's actually kind of healthy. But it tells you that you're not as important as you think. And all these little errors that you make that are ruining your self-confidence, nobody actually cares about them but you. You're the one who is judging yourself the most, giving yourself the hardest time, and making yourself feel bad about it. I mean, when's the last time somebody walked up to you and said, Paul, when you said that, when you did that, wow, you sucked. And I just want you to know that you are really, really bad and you should be punished. You're just awful. I just want to reach out and slap you right now. People don't do that, do they? So what's really going on? You are torturing you inside your head. So here's what I would recommend to a friend. Yeah, stop that. Don't do that anymore. You torturing you is 99% of all your problems. The other 1% is worrying about what other people think or say. Let all that stuff go. It just doesn't matter. You're not that important. I can remember one client that came up to me. They said, "Oh my God, nobody likes me. They think this about me and that about me." And I'm like, you're talking about 3 people. There's literally 8.3 billion other people out there in the universe that don't care one way or the other. It's not everybody doesn't like you. You're talking about 1, 2, or 3 people. And if I went and I talked to those people, probably 2 out of those 3 people would say, "I don't even think about Paul. I don't really care about him. I don't really know that much about him. He seems like a nice guy to me, or I just don't care." And the third guy, yeah, he doesn't like you. Probably because you remind him of himself. So don't worry about these things. Let your lack of self-confidence go, because it's not really confidence in yourself. It's confidence in the other person. Now, here's another way to look at self-confidence. It's confidence in your ability to do something. If I said to you, "Could you tie your shoes?" you could probably pretty confidently say, "Yes, I can tie my shoes." Why? Because you've done it over and over and over again. Whenever you lack confidence in your abilities in any way, shape, or form, it simply means that you need more practice. Then you can pull off the technical piece, the action aspect of anything that you might lack confidence in, simply by practicing it over and over and over again. That's what I do as a martial artist when I was learning Kung Fu. My instructor would show me once, he'd show me twice, he'd show me 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, however many times he had to show me until I could get it right and I could duplicate it. But being able to duplicate the move was not perfection. It was not mastery. I would go home and I would practice it again and again and again and again. And then that's when you gain true mastery. Matter of fact, in the martial arts, they say you should practice each move 1,000 times to develop what's called true mastery, which means you have literally perfected that. Matter of fact, it's not even something you do. It's something you are. It's reflexive. It's a part of you. It cannot be separated from you. You can do it reflexively without even thinking about it, and it'll come out perfect every single time because you have so powerfully ingrained it inside yourself. You have self-confidence beyond your ability to even think about if you have self-confidence. It just instantly happens every single time, and it's perfect. Why? Because you practiced it over and over and over again, and you gain massive confidence. When I've done something 1,000 times correctly, I'm pretty sure I can do it 1,001. Matter of fact, I'm so bored I can probably do it 1,001 times in my sleep. That's self-confidence. So when you're thinking about self-confidence, think about perfecting your craft in any area that you might have some concerns about. Now, the other area that absolutely destroys people when it comes to self-confidence, and this is probably the biggest one, is you abusing you in your mind through your fantasies. I believe it was Mark Twain. He had a quote, and I'm just kind of paraphrasing it. He said, "I've had many horrible experiences in my life, some of which actually happened." What does he mean by that humorous quote? Well, I hope you get it. It means that he pictured all these horrible things happening, and then only 0.001%, 1/100th or 1/1000th of a percent, one time out of 1,000, did these things actually happen. So that's how you lack self-confidence. You picture yourself over and over and over again, literally rehearsing, screwing up, or having something bad happen. You're literally ingraining that in your mind. You're probably creating a self-fulfilling prophecy where you might actually do that thing because now you've pictured it over and over in your mind. You've been mentally rehearsing screwing up. That's not a good way to practice. If you want to do good in an area, you want to practice and see yourself doing it perfectly over and over and over again. Then when you get there, it's like you've already done it 1,000 times. Remember we talked about that? And now you can effortlessly make it go perfect. You're doing the opposite of what I'm teaching you. That's why you're having so many challenges. All these things that you worry about, one, like Mark Twain said, it won't be one time in 100, probably closer to one time in 1,000 that any of these things that you worry about actually happen. So don't worry about it. And then the 1,000 times, 1 in 1,000 times that it happens, A, you probably couldn't have done anything about it. And B, if you could have, it's not worth worrying because, geez, it only happens one time in 1,000. The other 999, everything goes great. Well, if something goes wrong one time in 1,000, that's not going to interrupt my day. That doesn't budge the needle. Don't worry about it. You spend more time worrying about things than deciding how things are going to go good, than planning for success. Stop planning for failure and start planning for success. Self-confidence is all about you having a little bit of faith in you. Here's another way to look at self-confidence. It's a lack of faith in yourself. And you should never work against you. Your only job in life is to, through every way, manner, and mechanism you can ever think of, make your life go better. You should always be working in your best interest, never working against yourself. A lot of people have self-esteem issues. They've been trained to think the wrong way, and they worry about things, and they, pontificate about all the things that could go wrong, and, they think they're bracing themselves and preparing themselves for possible failure. And if I can stop every possible failure, what's left? I'll have to succeed. No, you get more of whatever you focus on. If you focus on the failure over and over, trying to fill in all these little holes, what'll happen is you're now focusing on failure, and you're going to move in that direction. If you focus on everything that could go right, and how could I make it better than that, and then I could do a little bit of this, and that would make it come out better, you can later go back and plan for a couple, failure contingencies. But you want to spend 98% of your time figuring out on how whatever you're going to do that you want to be confident in is going to go extremely well, how you can make it better than that, and better than that, and better than that. Then spend about 5% of your time working on those small backups. What if I'm giving a presentation and the projector dies? Well, I got to put a new bulb in, or I lose my flash drive. Great, bring 2 flash drives so you can lose one and still have the other. These are little preps that you can do. And you'll find when you stop worrying and worrying and worrying and move from worrying to planning and getting excited, you only need 5% of your time to quote unquote worry or fill in those holes or have these little backups. I want you to have some faith in you, and then your self-confidence will go up. Remember, self-confidence is all about how you picture things. If you picture things going well, you have great self-confidence. If you picture things going poorly, and that's the image that you have in your head, and it's bright and it's intense and it's emotionalized, then you're going to have lousy self-confidence. That's the only difference between somebody with self-confidence and a lack of self-confidence. It's how they picture the scenario going. Both people are using the exact same system. They picture a scenario, they picture how it's going to go, they make it big and bright, they emotionalize it. This is all NLP, right? Neuro-linguistic programming. And then they do it over and over and over again. So one person who has high self-confidence pictures it going very well. They make it big and bright. They emotionalize the joy of it. They feel relaxed while they're going through the process, and they picture that over and over and over again. They have excellent, amazing self-confidence. Person with low self-confidence, they picture it going poorly, they make it big and bright, they emotionalize it, they internalize it, and they practice it over and over and over again. Watch yourself, watch your thinking, and make sure you're working the success formula of the self-confident person and not the failure program of the unconfident person. They're the same person. They're using the same system. So start working for yourself instead of against yourself, and you will have massive self-confidence.